Welcome to Wax Off. My name is Robina Rayasat and I'm a hearing aid audiologist. I'll be talking through our earwax removal videos, so let's see some wax. So this patient, let's call him King Joffrey. King Joffrey had experience of earwax removal many times before his appointment with me today. But this was the very first time he was having microsuction, so he was very curious about it. "Tell me, Robina, which do you favour?" he said. "Your water irrigator or your endoscopic microsuction?" "Endoscopic microsuction," I said, "but my water irrigator is also a very important part of some of my procedures." So I'm starting off on the right side here. This ear was very blocked up, and Joffrey even felt pressure and some achiness around the ear and jaw because the wax was so deep inside the ear. The eardrum, as we all know, is a piece of skin and is meant to be able to flex, and wax blockages really do stop that natural flexion. Now, this earwax removal procedure was a very messy one, because I had to use lots of oil, and although you can see that the wax is coming away, it's coming away in little pieces, and we've just got hold of the biggest piece now, which is a large golden piece enveloped in keratin, giving it that golden appearance. Now we're going back in after that last part was extracted, and you can see the ear canal is still pretty sealed off. And just by the depth of the wax, I know I have to be extra careful because the wax is definitely pushed up and sitting on the eardrum. A nice layer of wax and ribbon of keratin layer coming away there. Most of these layers are being suctioned right into the probe tip immediately, and I would say that King Joffrey definitely needed heavy oiling to remove this layer of wax, but it definitely makes the whole procedure very messy and ends up making it harder to view because it coats the end of the endoscope with oil. So we're going back in, doing the same thing, suctioning away more, and suddenly you will see that the eardrum will appear on the left side. It's that pinky mother of grey pearly colour that's appeared there. So that's the eardrum. And I was right in assuming that the wax was on the drum or the tympanic membrane. Now I've oiled again here to see if we can make the procedure more comfortable. So it actually looks like water inside the ear canal, but this is olive oil. Now I'm using a fine tip here because I have to be as gentle as possible as we're working very close to the eardrum. And I'm using a fine movement where I'm embedding the tip into the wax to allow for suction, and then moving the probe very gently to the side while suctioning, all to try and lift off the blockage from the eardrum. So you can see the movement there. Now I've just touched the eardrum there, which King Joffrey didn't feel at all, and I'm slowly moving up to the top of the ear canal to check if there is another area that the wax will latch on to the end of the probe at. Because all of the layers of wax aren't quite stuck together, I'm finding it difficult to find the area to latch onto. So I'm going to different parts of the wax to see if we can get that area. And it is moving a little bit. I've just adjusted the camera angle there so that we can get a better view of what's happening. And I'm going to the roof of the ear canal here to see if we can get that little bit. And it is moving. And a little bit has come away there. Now I've reverted back to using the larger suction tip here, as I really didn't feel that the fine end was allowing the best suction on this wax. And as we go in, instantly you can see as soon as I touch the wax, it's moving a little bit more. There's a little bit more traction there. But I have to be careful because the suction is much stronger here as well. And there you go, it's moved. And it's flexing the eardrum as well whilst it's doing that, because as we were saying, it's seated right on the eardrum. And there we go, that's removed very nicely. We're going back in to get a better view of how much is actually remaining, and there are a couple of pieces still remaining. There's still quite a lot at the top as well, and a visible piece at the bottom too. So now go to attempt to remove the piece at the bottom of your screen. And again, we're using the suction to just touch it and it comes away nicely. Now, I gave King Joffrey a bit of a break here on the right side for comfort, and we went over to the left side. I've over oiled on this left side to ensure that somehow the wax will stick together and the blockage will come out in one big piece. We can see lots of keratin being sucked into the tube there, so that's skin. And I'm using something here that I call a blanketing technique, where we're kind of blanketing or lifting up the keratin layers over the wax, which allows the suction strength to be increased as I'm getting more earwax material and skin in one place. And there we have a little bit coming away. The probe does latch on very well when we use this technique. So now we've removed most of those keratin layers. It's a wax blockage mainly that's remaining, and some of the oil has been suctioned up there. So we've removed some skin layers and we're going back in, and suddenly we have the main part of the blockage out, and it's very satisfying to see. And there is just the remainder of the blockage there. And here's the final shot of the left side, which came away very nicely. A healthy eardrum. Now that the wax has been removed, it feels much better for King Joffrey. So at this point, we're going back to the right side to clean up the residue and the bits of wax that are still sitting on the eardrum. And I've gone to the top straight away because I know there's some wax there which is hiding in that little area. And immediately, as soon as the suction probe touches the wax, you can see it comes away really beautifully, and that was all hiding up in that area there. And here's the final shot of the eardrum. I decided to leave those two little pieces of residue on there because it was becoming a very long appointment and we needed to ensure comfort for patient Joffrey. So thank you so much for watching. Please do continue to like, subscribe and comment, and let me know where you're watching my videos from. I really do appreciate all of your comments as usual, and I will see you in the next one.